Hello friends, myself Professor T.S. Vandali. Today I am going to explain about projection of solids. This module it is the third module. First module is introduction of computer aided engineering drawing, and the second module is it covers projection of points, projection of lines and projection of planes, and the third module is projection of solids, and fourth module is development of lateral surfaces, and fifth module is isometric projections. Already we covered projection of points, projection of lines and projection of planes. Already two modules were successfully completed, and today we are going to start the third module. In the main VTU examination, only one question is asking in the question paper. There is no choice, so that question carries 40 marks. Only one problem, it carries 40 marks. So this is very important for the exam point of view. So you have to practice all the problems that is in your question bank with solution, that is computer aided engineering drawing. Around 50 problems are there. So it covers the different types of solids. First we come to know what is solid. Solid are nothing but it is the three-dimensional object. Already we studied projection of point, projection of line and projection of planes. These planes comes under two-dimensional, and these projection of solids comes under three-dimensional object. What is three-dimension? First I am going to explain. Three-dimension means this is breadth, width and height. It requires minimum 3 dimensions to draw the solid, that is width, breadth and height. Then these 3 dimensions we call it as a 3D object. The object, it consists of 3 main dimensions. That is why it is called a 3-dimensional object. Then it is called a solid. Then in the VTU syllabus for the projection of solids, they are mentioned few of the solids. So first I am going to explain this component, this object, we call it as, it is rectangular prism. Rectangular prism. Okay. First we come to know what is prism. Prism is nothing but these rectangular shape. It covers by the base is just like a square. The top and bottom faces are square in shape, and their 4 sides are bounded by 4 rectangular faces. Then it is called rectangular prism. Suppose the base and top face are having square. Even this, instead of square, this side is covered by again square face. It is called a cube. We call it as it is a cube. But this component, this object, we call it as rectangular prism. Understand? Rectangular prism is nothing but the top and bottom faces are similar in shape. Their 4 sides are bounded by 4 rectangular surfaces. Then it is called rectangular prism. So this is we call it as, this is the longer edge of the prism. This is the base edge of the prism. This is the top edge of the prism, and this center point, top and bottom faces are having the center. The line joining their bottom center and top center, that line we call it as axis of the prism. This is about rectangular prism. Okay. Similarly, I am going to explain. This is we call it as, it is a cube. Cube in as, but it is having 6 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. All 6 faces are having square in shape. All 6 faces are having square in shape. Then the solid formed by the 6 faces are of similar shape and size. Then that solid we call it as a cube. Similarly, I am going to explain about the pyramid. So already just now I explained about this is the prism, this is the pyramid. What is pyramid? Already you had having an idea about the pyramid. Pyramids means suddenly in your mind it comes in Rome, so many different types of pyramids are there. But those pyramids also concern the technology, engineering technology. But in the exam point of view, some of the pyramids are included in your syllabus. So based on the base shape and their sides covered by the triangular faces, we call it as a pyramid. What is pyramid? Pyramid is nothing but this is the base is pentagonal in shape, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides and 5 corners. We call it as a pentagonal in shape. These 5 sides are bounded by 5 triangular faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 triangular faces meet at a single point. That point we call it as a apex, or we call it as a vertex. So in pyramids, all the triangular faces are meet at a single point. Siddharth, go that side. All 5 triangular faces meet at a single point. We call it as vertex or apex. In case of pentagonal pyramid, the 5 triangular faces meet at a single point. It is called apex. This inclined or slant edge is there. This is called slant edge. This triangular face is called slant triangular face. We call it as slant triangular face because it is not a vertical. It is slant. It is inclined. This is called a triangular face. Okay. This is the base edge of the pentagonal pyramid. This is the slant edge of the pentagonal pyramid. This is the triangular face. Okay. The line joining their center of the base and the apex, that passing through these 2 points, the line passing through these 2 points we call it as axis of the pyramid. So similarly, some other shapes are available. So that bottom is pentagon means we call it as pentagonal pyramid. Suppose this base is hexagonal in shape, then their 6 sides are bounded by 6 triangular faces meet at a single point. We call it as hexagonal pyramid. The base is triangular and 3 triangular faces meet at a single point. Then we call it as triangular pyramid. Suppose base is a square or a rectangle, then their 4 sides are bounded by 4 triangular faces meet at a single point. Then it is called rectangular pyramid. Okay. Likewise, the pyramids are classified based on their shape of the base and their sides are bounded by that number of sides equal to number of triangular faces meet at a single point. Then it is called named based on the shape of the base. The triangles are classified. Now one more component, it is called it is a cylinder. What you know about cylinder? These cylinders are formed by one complete revolution of the rectangular component. It forms a solid. That solid we call it as cylinder. The bottom and top faces are circular in shape. Okay, it is bounded by a cylindrical sheet. Then it is called a cylinder. So in this, the bottom and top faces are equal in diameter, and this is the base diameter. This height we call it as height of the cylinder. The top center and bottom centers are joined by a line. That line we call it as axis of the cylinder. Okay. While we are going to solve the problems, this circle is divided into equal number of sectors like 4 or it may be 8 for easy obtaining the different views while we are doing the projection of solids. Okay, these are the different types of solids it is included into a syllabus. Okay, so based on these solids, so we are going to discuss one by one, that is in depth, whether it is resting on one of its edge on HP, or resting on one of its corner on HP, or its axis makes an angle, certain angle with HP or VP. Okay, that we are going to discuss in detail. Similarly, the pyramids resting on HP on one of its edge means this edge is perpendicular to XY line, or sometimes it is equally inclined to HP, means first we are going to start for sketching the top view of this pyramid with these two sides equally inclined to HP. Similarly for hexagonal pyramids. Okay, so likewise these are the different solids included in the syllabus. In the next lecture, I am going to explain the problems on rectangular pyramid, rectangular prism, that is resting on HP on one of its edge or corner in detail. Just you wait for the next lecture. I hope you are all understood the different types of solids like rectangular prism, pentagonal prism, hexagonal prism, square prism, and rectangular, pentagonal pyramid, hexagonal pyramid, triangular pyramid, and square pyramid. This is, we call it as a hexahedron, also we call it as cube, and the cylinder. These are the different types of solids we are going to cover in the next lecture, one by one, in depth. I hope you are understanding the theory about projection of solids. Thank you, one and all. See you.